Hi guys, welcome back to Manifest with Armine. My name is Armine and I'm a law of attraction consultant. The question I'm addressing today is whether it's with feeling it real, living in the end, affirmations, whichever angle you want to approach it from, can you overdo it with consciously applying exercises with the knowledge of the law of attraction? Can you overdo it? Yes, you can overdo it. You can overdo the effort that you put into it. So that's really where you can overdo it. Can you overdo feeling good and actually living in the end? Can you overdo part that feels good? No, you can't overdo that, because at that point it's natural and you can't possibly overdo it even if you tried, because you're enjoying it. And the natural process of when you reach the feeling of naturalness with something that you desire is that you kind of let it go. I mean, some people see it as a bad thing because they lose that enthusiasm for it, or that drive to practice the feeling. But it's actually because they've already achieved that feeling. And naturally, when we already get something we want, we kind of back off from it a little because we already have it. So you can't possibly overdo the actual feeling of living in the end and the feeling place of having something, because it just won't happen. You can't overdo it. When it comes to the point where you make conscious contact with it and you enjoy it and you kind of naturally let it go. Can you overdo the processes, and can you overdo the effort that you put into trying to get there vibrationally? Yes, you can. And exactly all that does is it pushes you in the opposite direction, because basically if you're trying so hard and you're putting so much of what feels like effort into it, then what you're confirming is that you don't have it and that you're trying to do something in order to make something happen. And it sounds very confusing sometimes. If you're in a certain place with the process, then that will sound very confusing to you. But if you're in a certain part of the process, that'll make a lot of sense to you. So that's why Abraham Hicks says don't rely so much on effort, because unless you're first vibrationally aligned, the effort that you put in is so I won't say useless, but it's not nearly as powerful as vibrationally aligning with something, because effort is hard, effort is struggle. And usually when we put so much effort in something, it's because we're using logic. We're approaching it with logic because that's what we've been taught, that you figure something out in your mind, you make a logical plan, and then you put the plan into action. And that's not to say that that's not a legitimate way to go about doing things. It's just that if you're not vibrationally aligned first, as in some people, if they don't like the word vibration or that kind of stuff, then, or that kind of wording, they'll just say mindset. If it's the exact same thing. When someone says mindset, this is what they're talking about. They're talking about being vibrationally aligned with the end result. Because if your mindset is on board with what your goal is, let's say, then the effort needed, the action needed to see results is actually very, very little. It's more pleasant and doesn't feel like effort, as compared to if you're just going to logically think about something and go about it in a way where you're not matching the feeling of already having it. This is why they say it's like a GPS. Basically, you put your emotion as the GPS destination. You put the feeling of the wish fulfilled as that destination, and then you will be so naturally and harmoniously guided to your end result, that it will surprise you, because it really does take less effort than you would think. And this is not because we're avoiding hard work or we're avoiding effort or we're avoiding action. Not at all. It's just that much of the effort and action that we put into as a society is unnecessary, and it really frustrates us more than anything else. And we think we're being responsible and hardworking by doing it, because That's what we've been taught. The harder you work, the more you deserve something. But what it actually does is it frustrates us, because if we're not aligned with the end result, if we don't see ourselves, if our self-image isn't that of the person already experiencing the end result, then so much effort is gonna be gone to waste, and therefore you can overdo it. You can overdo the practices. You can overdo affirmations. Yeah, you can, because if you've been doing affirmations for years and they're the same affirmations and you're not seeing the results, then you're overdoing it to some point, and more likely than not, you're pushing it away more than anything else. Because if you're not feeling it when you're doing the affirmations, if you don't find the feeling place of it as you're doing it, then you're not affirming it. You're not, because you don't affirm the words, you affirm the feeling that those words are bringing you to. So yeah, you can overdo affirmations by, as in, if it's not bringing that feeling in you, and you keep doing it over and over because someone keeps telling you, you need to do affirmations, you need to do affirmations, that you can overdo that. You can overdo acting as if, because when you're acting as if, truly, as in you're matching the feeling and you're acting as if, and it doesn't feel fake to you, then if you're truly acting as if, you can't overdo it. If you're acting as if and it feels like you're faking it, yeah, you could definitely overdo it. Any acting as if in a way that feels fake is overdoing it. And don't mistake fake for unfamiliar, because at first it's going to feel unfamiliar. When you're acting as if you are the version of you that you want to be and you haven't seen evidence of it yet, it's going to feel unfamiliar and awkward and weird. But it shouldn't feel fake. If it feels fake, then you're just pushing it more away. So just as any answer isn't necessarily black and white when it comes to law of attraction, yeah, you can overdo. Simple thing, you can overdo watching too many YouTube videos. If you've watched like hours every day of YouTube videos about law of attraction and you have not implemented it, then yeah, you're overdoing it, because you shouldn't have to think that much about the nature of reality in order to manifest the things you're looking to manifest in your life, to experience in your life. It doesn't take that much, it takes such little effort. Mike Dooley posted something on Instagram a few days ago and I saved it as a screenshot so I could read it for you in some video, and this would have been a perfect time, but I don't have it in front of me. I'm recording with my phone. So basically it's his little notes in the universe, and it says, I'm paraphrasing here, your job is very little. Like your role and your job to do is very simple and very small. The universe is saying, my job is very big. You do just a little and I'm going to do a lot. And this is so good. It's so good, because stop trying to make things happen. Stop trying to make things happen. That's when you overdo it. That's when you overdo the effort. That's when you overdo the thinking. Too much thinking. There, so little thought and shifting and feeling is necessary in order to get you the result and the experience that you're looking for. I wish there was a better way I could express this to you right now, but that's really, for now, the best wording I can think of. It takes so much less effort and vibrational shifting on your part than you think in order to achieve the experience that you want. And that's exactly why most of us are not seeing the results that we want if we're not seeing the results that we want. And that's because we think that we have to do a perfect process, and we think we have to work on it long and hard enough in order to see the result. And what we're trying to do is we're approaching the natural laws of mental science through the logic that we've been taught in society, and they're not the same. You can't apply how you were taught to learn in school to how you're approaching the law of attraction knowledge. You should feel light. It's easy. You should feel easy about it. And when we say things are easy, in terms of nature of reality, it's not. It actually means the word ease. It's like, it's easy. It should be with ease. It doesn't mean, oh, it's so easy, an idiot could do it. Actually, an idiot can do it if you are labeling people, because anybody can do it. If you're labeling someone as an idiot, as a genius, it doesn't matter. Anybody can do it. But it should feel like it's done with ease. You should feel ease about these processes. You know, when you're thinking about your desired outcome, you should feel easy about it, because that's how it feels when it's natural to you and when it's already done. So don't overdo it. Something's in my eye. So I'm gonna have to end this video, but if you have more questions, please let me know. Yes, you can overdo the law of attraction, as in consciously applying it, because very little application is needed in order to get where you want to be. Okay, thank you guys. If you like this video, please click like. If you want to subscribe, please do, and I'll see you guys next time.